Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Challenging times we are living in. As you obviously know, we are in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, and these are not only challenging times for employees, business owners, but it's also a very challenging time as an agency owner, right? Especially if you already have clients, really ensuring that they don't pause or cancel your service. Obviously, if you're in a niche where it's completely idle at this point, I'm talking restaurants, I'm talking gyms, I'm talking car dealerships that have obviously been forced to close due to lockdowns and quarantines. Obviously, it's a very tough time for those businesses, and it's probably a tough time for you in terms of not having clients. But if your niche is like e-commerce, info products, and really just business that is done online, then you might not be suffering the consequences as much. Yet, it's still a very uncertain time for a lot of business owners. Even if they're in the e-com space, they will be having their doubts as to whether they can still get results, right? It's very easy to fall into fear and not continue to invest into the growth of the business. And so what I want to do in this video is I want to show you guys some of the actionable strategies that we're using for our e-commerce clients to still get really good results. We've managed to keep all our clients at Mobile C, and that's really for two reasons. Number one, an incredible client experience. I've had just an insane focus, monastic obsession with client experience from day one, right? And so our experience is so good that it would honestly be just a massive headache for a client to leave Mobile C and find another service provider that is actually going to provide a better client experience than we do. Number two is actually getting them results with their paid ads investment. In this video, I want to focus on the latter and show you some of the actionable strategies that we're implementing for all of our e-com clients to get responses just like this or this, right? And to still make them a 2x plus return on their investment during these tough times. That is really our hygiene standard at this point, that 2x return on investment, and that is on top of the break-even ROAS. If you guys don't know what that means, I strongly recommend that you look it up. That is what I want to do in this video, share with you some of the actionable strategies that you can use to get incredible results for your e-commerce clients, even during these times of crisis. And these strategies are not only going to encompass Facebook ads, it's going to touch a bunch of other bases that are directly correlated to e-com success and to e-com growth. I really hope you guys enjoy some of these strategies, and hopefully you can implement them for your clients to get them incredible results. The first thing that you want to do is you want to tap into pure profit channels. Again, during these times of crisis, we want to have just a monastic obsession with profit, to write it out, because a lot of people, they don't realize that there are so many different ways that you can just optimize your profit, right? And that you previously weren't probably tapping into as much as you possibly could. And so the first thing is only upside. If you have built the brand, not just the business, but the brand over the past few months, years, you will have built valuable assets. I'm talking mailing list, customer list, VIP list, organic social media followings, etc., etc. Now it's time to tap into those channels where there's no cost of acquisition. And so there's only upside, right? You're not paying to acquire these customers because it's traffic that you own, that you've built over the years. And so that is the first thing that you should be tapping into. The second thing is social media channels. So make sure that you are posting value-based content on and off the crisis. Another important thing that I would ask you to keep in mind is don't just post about coronavirus. Make sure that business continues as usual on social media, and the type of messaging and the type of values and ethics that you stand for, don't be congruent to those, and putting out content that it's related to your niche, related to your product and the value and the problems that you solve. But make sure that you get creative, right? You can create an ebook, acquire email addresses, and grow the mailing list, offering value upfront and upselling them at the end of the ebook. Or you could partner up with other companies with similar values in different niches to feed off each other's followings, right? And so let's just say that you are in the nutrition niche and you basically have like a nutrition box full of just incredible organic goodies for people. You could look for companies that stand for just organic, clean, green values in the beauty space, and then partner with those brands and then feed off each other's followings, right? Because most likely than not, the followers for that brand are going to share the same type of value and ethics as the followers of your brand. And so you can cross-pollinate those audiences by planning strategic partnerships with companies that have close affinity to yours. And the final thing is email marketing. Create new sequences for those new subscribers opting in, as well as flows for your customers and VIP members to increase their lifetime value. If you haven't put those sequences and flows in place yet, I strongly recommend you do that ASAP. The software that we will always vouch for at Mobile C is Klaviyo. Check it out if you haven't already, but there's other softwares out there for email marketing. But having those sequences and flows, and also if you have them, make sure that you are changing up messaging, and we'll be talking about that in just a second. But yeah, make sure that you have those sequences and flows together, because email marketing is a pure profit marketing avenue, and you really want to tap into that in these times of crisis. These are people that are 7 times more likely to buy from you, right? So show appreciation for them during this tough times. Also adding a ton of value upfront with ebooks, info products, etc., etc.
The next thing is changing up your messaging. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to keep your customers close. If you have a loyalty program and some sort of reward system in place and they're close or have something to claim, remind them, right? Run member-only promotions campaigns. Here we can basically see an example of Waterdrop, and they're offering their club members, kind of like their VIP members, free shipping using the code stay at home. So obviously playing on the crisis. Second thing they're doing is they are giving their club members double club points for all purchases. And so that is just a way to, number one, incentivize sales, but number two, also make sure that your VIP customers and club members, or whatever you want to call them, they are well taken care of, because they have showed so much appreciation for you in the past that you want to reciprocate that in these times of crisis. And so that's the first thing. The second thing is you want to create community if you haven't already, right? Customers are motivated to be loyal if they know that a brand shares their values. It's never been more important to remind customers what you stand for, the issues that you support, etc., right? And so that is why one of the reasons why I said don't just post content around coronavirus. Make sure that you're still voicing your values, your ethics, your principles, what you stand for as a brand on social media, on via email, via your blogs, etc. The third thing is form new relationships. Incentivize existing customers to give you reviews and referrals. Identify your brand evangelists, because it's never been more important in this time and going into a cold audience, which we'll talk about in just a second, to have rock solid social proof. When you can tap into a cold audience and tap into this new just surge and demand and eyeballs on social media, put in front of them incredible reviews, incredible brand evangelists, talking about your products, or maybe filming themselves with your product, especially because nowadays that people are just stuck at home and kind of bored, they will have much more time to put those reviews together. You want to make sure that you incentivize those people to give you those reviews, so you can use them to tap into a cold audience. And having that rock solid social proof makes for incredible conversions, we can tell you from experience. And the final thing is transparency. The ad copy for advertisements will need to be changed to match up with the current social landscape. It's important to proactively address prospects' frustrations, fears, and make it clear how your product may help them solve them. The frustrations and fears that you might have been addressing before coronavirus might be completely different to what they are now. It's a very bad idea to just keep running the same ads without changing up the messaging, because you have to be tuned into the current social landscape, and you must be able to speak their language and address the current frustrations and fears, and show how your product may be able to solve them right now.
So hope you guys found those strategies of value. If you did, drop a like, it really helps out a ton with the algorithm, and I would really appreciate it. Also, leave down below any questions, any comments you may have on this video. If you haven't joined the free private mentorship community, the Client Closers, I don't know what you're doing. It's an incredible community full of like-minded people looking to scale their agency and level up in life. And finally, guys, check out the first link in bio. That is a link to my free step-by-step SMMA masterclass. I've been getting insane feedback from it. People are literally telling me that this masterclass is worth more than a lot of courses they've paid for. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in bio to that. And as always, guys, hope everything's going well in your agency journey. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Peace.